Kitchen Sink Sports Podcast, serving up hot takes and hotcakes.
This is awesome. Welcome, everyone. This is our first episode of Kitchen Sink Sports Podcast. We are a blog, so go check us out at kitchensinksports.com. We're just a band of misfits, a band of losers who have come together to talk about sports and everything in the kitchen sink. We like words, we like sports, we like hotcakes and hot takes. I'm your host, Sarah, and this is the community I've gathered. Jacob, Katie, and Ben. Welcome, everyone.
Hi. Hello. Thanks for having us.
So happy to have you. A little bit about me. I've worked for 4 Major League Baseball teams, so I can give you some MLB insider knowledge. This guy's nice, this guy sucks, that kind of thing. And I used to say I root for whoever signs my paychecks, but since no one does anymore, at least not a major league team, I still kind of root for the Pirates, but I root for players. I grew up a Yankees fan. Don't hold it against me. I root for the Packers. My mom's Canadian, grew up in Wisconsin, so I also root for the Oilers. I don't really have an NBA team. I do root for the Celtics, but only because I went to school there. But I'm not really I'm not a diehard. I'm not watching every game of the season. But yeah, that's a little bit about me and who I root for. And I met you all through different circumstances, but you're all here with Kitchen Sink Sports. Happy to have you. Jacob, who the hell are you and why are you here?
I'm Jacob. I was raised near Seattle, Washington, and I am a loser Seattle sports fan, as you mentioned. I met you because you do another podcast, and I went on vacation with you in Mexico with a group of complete degenerates. So then when I started writing, I saw that you were starting a sports blog, and I wanted to keep writing and just get a lot of practice, and I love sports. So I asked if you'd help me get my blog started, and you said, why don't you just start writing for my blog? And I said, okay. So here we are.
Blog and podcast. Look at us go.
Right, blog and podcast.
All right, Katie, who the hell are you?
My name is Katie. I'm a former college basketball player. I played basketball at St. Joe's University in Philly, not to be confused with St. John's. No Rick Pitino. I grew up in the Philly area, went to school in the Philly area, so a very diehard Philly sports fan, except for the Sixers. I do not claim the Sixers. I do not claim Joel Embiid. But I graduated from St. Joe's in 2022, retired from basketball in 2022, but still very much love sports. And just ever since I stopped playing, have been looking for a way to stay in them. So I met Sarah while I was in grad school, worked in the athletics department there, wrote for a magazine, doing some sports coverage, and now I'm writing for Kitchen Sink Sports.
And it's awesome. So happy to have you.
Thank you.
Ben, last but certainly not least, well, TBD, to be determined if you're least yet, but we'll find out. Who are you?
Hopefully not least. Yeah, hi, I'm Ben. I'm the token Canadian, got the flag hanging right there. Started working in sports. I'm a junior in college, started working in sports 3 years ago with my athletic department in broadcasting. Joined the golf team here at Westminster College in Pennsylvania. Just had a great time. Anytime I could do something with the sports team, and met you through the Steelers Public Relations Summit, and you said, do you want to start writing? And I said, sure. And you said, you're also going to be on a podcast, and then here we find ourselves. So it's been something where you just kind of get baptized by fire, and I've been loving it.
Yeah, that's definitely what this episode is so far. That's for sure. Ben, you also work at the radio station, right? You're a radio guy. That's what I'm dubbing you, the radio guy.
Yeah, you dubbed me the radio guy,
Yeah.
which is like one of the nicer things people call me. And not as pejorative. It's good. So yeah, I do radio, play-by-play broadcasts for football and basketball. Been doing radio DJ morning shifts at 7 and 8 a.m. every weekday. Thankfully, we can record them ahead of time, so I'm not waking up at 6:30 every morning and lugging myself up the big hill to the radio station. But yeah, I think radio guy is apt. That's what I think I might have as my new Instagram bio.
All right. Yeah,
I like
heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
So what are you playing us to start our morning off? Like, what's the first 1-2 punch of songs?
Can I break your heart? I don't pick the songs. The songs are all I know. It's such a shame. I people ask like, well, what songs do you play? And I go, I don't pick songs. And they go, well, who do you interview? I don't really interview people. I just talk about the weather. The songs are picked out, so it's mainly just like top 40 stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll sprinkle in like a Bon Jovi, which is always fun. You know what? Hootie and the Blowfish is actually there right now. Yeah, some Cry, some Hold My Hand, some of that. I like it. It's good. So go on the App Store, go get the Titan Radio mobile app, and it'll be good. You'll love it. You'll hear me every morning.
Is your radio voice different from the voice we hear now?
I think it's faster.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just a bit faster, and it's a little bit more like proper. I think I just like enunciate words a little bit better. You know.
Okay. Yes, we understand.
Also, it's funny. Katie was saying to us off camera, you were at Carnegie Mellon, and you're saying like you weren't super recognized for sports. That is, in my experience, untrue. I was at Carnegie Mellon's homecoming to call the football game this year, and they dogged our football team. They waxed us, took us right to the woodshed. Every time Carnegie Mellon played against Westminster, it was like these are
good. Just no one knows.
Good.
No one knows they exist.
Thankfully, they've just changed conferences, so there's a bit more of a chance this year, which is great. There's actually a really big brawl the one time against Carnegie Mellon, which was fun.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who knew we had it in us?
I know.
didn't.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, honestly, to be fair, I didn't know what Westminster was until I met you, Ben. Like I had never heard of it before.
You're in the 99.999 world. Don't worry. There's one in Utah and there's one in Missouri, and there's no affiliation. They're just also called Westminster. So we have to say like Westminster, Pennsylvania. Like you look us up, it's Westminster and then PA and parentheticals. But we're happy to try and put it on the map one step at a time. And if we can get some of that done here, that'd be great.
What sport is your college most known for?
I think football.
Okay.
But football or basketball, yeah.
Okay.
The big two.
The big two, yeah. Unfortunately. All right, cool. Well, I want to get into what we're watching, what we're eating, because we're still in the kitchen. I was really pumped today. I went to a Day Pirates game. Paul Skeens was on the bump. People are saying, so dumb. People are saying that he had his worst start, which he did, but it still was a great start for anyone else, which is so frustrating because it's Paul Skeens. So it's like, that's how good he is, where he gave up 3 solo home runs in the 5th, and those were his only 3 runs that he gave up, but he only had 2 strikeouts. So it's like, ooh, what's wrong? He just didn't have fastball command today. But anyways, people are like, oh, Paul Skeens had a bad day, when he actually had a pretty good day. He still has an ERA under 3, so it kind of pissed me off. But anyways, so went to a Day baseball game, saw Paul Skeens, and had dollar dogs, which was such a nice surprise. Went to the ballpark not knowing it was Dollar Dog Day and was like, oh my gosh, let me just spend $2 on a really good baseball game. Like it was awesome because I got free tickets also. So
you can attempt the 9 and 9 challenge.
Oh my gosh, I did not have beer today. I don't know how people do that. Have you guys done that? I haven't attempted. I don't know. I would do that at my house maybe. Yeah.
I had to break the news to my 53-year-old dad what the 999 challenge was, and he looked like he wanted to punch me in the face. He was like, that's a war crime. That's terrible.
I don't know about that, but I would do it. Yeah, I could do it for my house. It would have to be light beer. Definitely. There's another fun game that I used to intern for the Mets in Florida, and one of my roommates came up with Brew Ball, which is just drinking game for watching baseball, which is super fun. If we're ever in person, we'll have to play together. Basically, everyone at the beginning, before the game starts, you kind of draft your players, or you could go like every other hitter. And so when it's your guy at bat, you can be really specific and you can call like balls and strikes. And if you get it, you deal out a drink. And if you get it wrong, you drink. Or you could be like single, double, whatever, call that. Once a ball is in play, you have to drink until the ball is out of play. A home run is a shotgun. It's fun. It's wild. I can only play 3 innings because it's too much for me. But yeah, no way. There's no
So
way.
like if your player's up to bat and he hits a home run, you give out a shotgun.
No, you shotgun.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So is that one where you want?
It depends if you want a shotgun a beer or not, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So you're like rooting for and against your player at the same time. But that's why you can like break it up pitch by pitch to get like really in the woods to like give out more drinks while you're at bat. But yeah, I have the rules. I have a picture of the rules somewhere, so I'll share it with you guys, and you can tell me what you think.
I might have to play that this weekend.
Yeah, you really should. Are you going to any games or?
No, here in Central Oregon, there's not much baseball opportunity.
Yeah, just independent ball.
No minor league team with a ridiculous name, or?
Yeah, there is a I don't know what it's even called. It's basically a league of college players that get
A
divvied up.
collegiate league.
Yeah, I guess that's what it would be. They're not. I know Golden Tate played in it randomly a few years ago. He was on a team up near Seattle, so it's kind of random. But anyways, yeah, it's a sweet stadium, very backyard baseball type feel.
Nice.
The Elks.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
That's so tame for a minor league baseball team. That's so.
Yeah.
Well, it's collegiate. It's not minor.
Oh,
so
true.
That's,
Yeah,
they don't have the
yeah.
money to like get all the crazy like biscuits or like rubber ducks.
They're
or-
pretty.
The other team in our league is the Portland Pickles, which I think is a great
There
one.
you go.
Yeah.
Mm,
Sweet.
that is good. Have you guys, those who've been to Pittsburgh, have you been to Picklesburg in
Nope.
Pittsburgh? It's a pickles festival, and it's awesome. And I don't even like pickles, and
What?
that should tell you. Yeah,
You're not a real Jew.
I know.
No.
I know. I don't like a kosher dill, but I love a cuke, just a straight up cuke. I just don't want it to be pickled.
Yeah.
So like people forget that cucumbers are actually pickles.
Cucumbers are my least favorite food in the world.
Wow. But do you like pickles?
No.
Okay, because that would be crazy.
I don't like pickles, but I do like cucumbers. I'm on your side.
Okay, so Jacob, you're outnumbered here.
That's crazy.
That's just
I start every morning with like something pickled, kimchi or something like that.
I do like pickled onions. I will say, like, I like pickled things. I like the mini pickles that come on charcuterie boards,
Mm-hmm.
whatever those are called. Cornish. What are they?
Cornish pickles.
No, Katie.
What?
I thought something else.
What'd you
Wait.
say?
Gherkin.
Gherkin.
Yes. Yes,
pull.
that's what they're called. That is a good pull.
Funny word.
Oh man. Yeah. So anyways, you'll have to come to Picklesburg, Jacob, because it's pickle everything, like pickle beer. They have pickle eating contests, like pickle juice. I mean, it's obviously sponsored by Heinz. There's a giant pickle that's mounted up over the Andy Warhol Bridge. Whew, got excited.
Picklebacks.
Pickle wax.
Pickleback? You guys never
Oh,
had a
pickleback. I've aged out of shots.
Gross.
Oh,
As the elder on this podcast, I will have to say I've aged out of doing shots.
I don't know.
Last
I
time.
don't know.
Sorry, so one person. Wait, Jacob, then.
I said was Mexico your final straw?
I don't think I did shots in Mexico.
I don't recall, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just to say, I don't know pickleback. Is that like a?
It's just like you do a shot of whiskey with a shot of pickle juice.
That sounds
It's awful.
horrible. That sounds.
Best chaser in the
It's
world.
disgusting.
Is it like it's so gross it like distracts you from the burn of the whiskey?
I love it. I love pickle juice. So
Okay.
I could just drink a cup of pickle juice.
Okay.
I know
Yes.
pickle juice is good for cramps.
It's huge. Great. It's
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah,
Very good for you.
that much I know.
Well,
I appreciate the appreciator of pickles. Like I appreciate those who appreciate pickles. I will say.
I am right. You are wrong.
Yeah. Final answer. Final answer. Any other good ballpark food has anyone had lately?
When I was up in Seattle and Liv got some. Ivers has a great little stand. You guys know Ivers?
No.
Just a West Coast thing. It's like fish and chips, oysters and chips, that type of thing. She had not one but 2 servings of Dippin' Dots.
Oh, love me some Dippin' Dots.
Really? I think it's a scam.
Wow. Okay, tell me more.
I mean, you're just eating air. You're just like eating air, and it's always like so overpriced. And
It's ice cream for the astronauts, dude.
they've been saying that for like 30 years. I don't think the astronauts are even bringing it up there.
I bet they are. Everyone needs some ice cream in their life, whether you're on planet Earth or not.
Everyone needs Dippin' Dots.
It's true. I think something about the texture that I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 2 servings of Dippin' Dots. That's my girl. She knows.
Oh yeah.
what's up.
She was on food tours. Great. I was picking up the scraps.
Nice. Just a little pigeon behind her.
Yeah. Here, eat this. Great.
Okay, so what have you guys been watching recently? There's a lot going on in sports right now. Baseball is the constant. It's just like now entering its 2nd month. So this is when the slog begins. So I've been watching a lot of baseball. I get a hookup for MLB.TV, so I get to watch all the baseball all the time, which is awesome. And then I know it's playoff hockey and playoff basketball. I'm more of a hockey gal, like I mentioned earlier, Oilers. But there are 4, at the time of this recording, there are 4 game 6s on tonight, which is some of which have already started now that I look at the clock, which is crazy. That's a lot of really good playoff hockey. Has anyone else been watching playoff hockey?
I've been hate watching. Yeah, my Penguins aren't in it anymore, so I have to go very anti. When you grow up in Canada, you're either like a big Leafs fan or you watch with Schadenfreude when they eventually inevitably blow up. So I've been watching that. They're in Game 6 tonight. It's the first intermission. They're up 1-0, so I have to go walk into the water. But they can win. They're like 1-13 their last 14 series clinching games. I know your Oilers are in a Game 6 also tonight, which would be fun. Yeah, it's close. What was it? Every like Western Conference series was 2-2, and then every Eastern Conference was 3-1 at yesterday. So it's
Crazy.
finally getting to like no sweeps. No one knows who's gonna win. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, put the brooms back in the closet. Toronto, though, is known for blowing leads, especially in the first round.
They're the worst. It's like I can't equate. I was talking to somebody about it today who like is like trying to learn hockey, and I couldn't equate it to any other Big Four team. Like they just
Like
don't.
the Warriors against the Cavs in that one year.
Yeah.
Except every year.
But just like for the last 10 years. Yeah,
Totally.
like it's like should just be a wagon, and then they turn into a pumpkin right at the biggest moment. It's hilarious, and it's so much fun to watch. Yeah. Because they're very much like the Dallas Cowboys of hockey, where it's all like, this is our year, and damn you for thinking it's not going to be our year. And they have a great regular season, and then they stink, right? So
Every time.
it's so much fun to watch. I'm just imploding. It's so good.
It's
Yeah,
so good.
The hate watch is real.
Porn for everyone else that's not a Leafs fan.
Yeah. Exactly. Poor Austin Matthews. But then I think, you make enough money. Like, I'm not too worried about you. You're actually not poor.
Yeah.
You're just Austin Matthews.
He's actually one of the big points of discussion, though, because him and the other 3, him, Marner, Tavares, and Nylander, they've been there this whole time. Well, Tavares got there in 2019. But, like, they've just done nothing. Like, they don't become playoff performers. They have these great regular seasons, and 69 goals for Matthews in the regular season's great. And then just like games 5, 6, 7, they're pylons out there. And like,
They're tired.
Keep running it back, and it's just you're not gonna win like that. And people are finally starting to see the forest for the trees, and that it's not looking too great. So hopefully they blow it up and they stink for like 4 years. Hopefully.
That's what we're hoping for.
I know sports media is supposed to be like unbiased, but this is why.
That's not this. That's not this. Yeah, we are super biased. We're homers for our teams or whoever signs your paychecks, as I like to say. So yeah, no need to be impartial here. We want the partiality.
Way more fun too.
Yeah. So any hot takes? I'll start us off. Let you guys think about some if you have any. But today, this is what I'm going to stand on. This is like, I've been wanting this anyways for a long time. I'm really passionate about this. So today at the game, Keens was pitching, and I had really good seats behind home plate. I was leaving, walked up, saw Livy Dunn. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, not a big deal. Supporting her man, love that. And then I was like, that makes sense. That's where the wags sit. And this is where I come into contention. I want to stop calling them wags, wives and girlfriends. For those of you who don't know, they should be called soaps, significant others and partners. Wags, I don't know, something about it just was really like icky to me. It sounds weird, but soaps kind of is funny, and there's definitely some slippery joke in there. But also because what if there are gay baseball players and football players that there probably already are and we just don't know, but they're not going to have a wife and or a girlfriend. They're going to have significant others and partners. So let's try this. Make this a global movement, everyone. I'm so passionate about this. I'll probably write a blog post about it in the coming weeks, but I'm going to start to petition for soaps. I want to make it happen. When I ran the Pirates budget, I changed it in the budget. Instead of saying wives and girlfriends, I said significant others and partners. I don't know if it's still that way, but I was trying to get it in on the inside.
So this is an old take that you've had.
It's an old take that I'm just super passionate about,
Yeah.
and nothing's changed, so it still stands.
Yep.
Yeah, but hot take: wags are the worst, and soaps are where it's at.
Feel that?
I support it.
It's always just sounded like weird to me. Like it's not a word. It's just like a made up thing. I guess wagon, but like it's nothing like it. I just always felt like this is the best we could do.
Yeah,
Really?
and it's not the best we can do. It's lazy. They definitely didn't come up with it.
No.
Yeah, soaps it's where it's at. So next time you hear that or see that, or someone on Twitter's talking about wags, just correct them and say, excuse me, crazy person on the internet. They're called soaps. They're called soaps.
That's a terrible word. It's soaps, and everyone knows it.
Everyone knows.
Anyone
Everyone in town.
Calling Livy Dunn a soap. Don't you know this?
Livy Dunn is quintessential soap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic soap. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. Hey, what a transition. Come on. Can't write that up. Can't even make that up. Anyone have any hot takes? Or we could talk about hot cakes if you don't.
What do you mean by hot cakes?
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up. In parts of the country, people call pancakes hot cakes.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I meant. We could talk about pancakes.
Got
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I like mine plain with a little butter, some syrup. If I'm feeling extra fun and flirty, I'll go with some berries. But simple hotcakes is what I like.
What about banana pancakes?
It's my favorite.
I love Jack Johnson.
Oh,
What a guy.
so funny. Good dude.
Good dude.
Good
Banana pancakes. Yeah, wait. Banana pancakes are your favorite, Katie? And B, Jacob, you know Jack Johnson?
No, I just like him. He's a great guy. I saw him in concert here in Bend, and he was high as a kite on acid. There was no doubt in my mind. He forgot his own lyrics to his song in the first song, and then he took his sweatshirt off, and his shirt was inside out. And he was like, "I've been floating the river all day," and then he takes his phone out like another 20 minutes later, and he goes, "My buddy who's in the crowd just texted me, dude, it's working." And the whole crowd was like, "This guy is flying."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never
Whoa.
seen people forget their lyrics, especially a guy who has been doing it for as long as he has. But here we are talking about Jack Johnson on episode 1.
Obviously, everyone had that on their bingo card.
Oh yeah, he's a sport guy. He was a professional surfer.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Hawaii guy.
That's sick. We don't talk about surfing enough.
No.
I tried to
It's-
watch a surfing, like on ESPN Plus, surfing broadcast in my accounting class because it was accounting and nothing else to do. And I have no idea. Like I'm someone who can just like will watch like Australian football and try and figure out how it works, and I can look it up and like follow the rules, get the hang of it. Maybe surfing, no sense. I had no idea how it worked. I didn't know what I was watching. I got ready for the shark to jump up. I didn't like it.
I don't really like competitive surfing. It's not very fun to watch. I would agree with you.
Mm.
It's all just about like how hard they hit the line or how good the wave is they choose or like how much of a rooster tail they put up, and it's kind of boring in my opinion. I agree.
I didn't know what happened. Those words.
I know you knew so much.
Rooster tail.
Yeah. Bit of a surfer, so I've watched some of it, but not much.
All right. Well, you're our surfer correspondent. Yeah. Love that. Is a rooster tail like a white cap kind of a thing?
Like when you like turn and you like get a splash behind your
Okay.
board,
Yeah.
it's called a rooster tail because it's like
Yeah. Fans
Looks-
out. Yeah. Like a whoosh.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
I
Picking up.
think we can put this as an educational podcast now because I don't
Yes. Yeah, I'm an educator.
think anyone knew that. I think Jacob knew that.
Yeah.
And that's it. He actually just made it up. It's not actually called that.
I could have.
You could have.
That is something I'll do here as again Canadian, one of two Canadians on campus, and the other one is a freshman. So I was alone for the first 2 years, and people be like, "Tell me about Canada. Like, do you like all live in igloos?" And I would
Gosh.
I would just tell the most like pale faced lies right to their face. They'd be like, "Oh my god, really?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." So if someone ever goes to Canada from my school, they're going to be sorely disappointed that it's not this like vast winter wasteland where we all live in igloos and ride polar bears to school.
Right,
Drink
polar
things
bears.
other than syrup.
Yeah. I got called syrup hands the other day, and I think it was meant to be like a slur, but I was so like that's a new one that I was so caught off guard by it.
Hmm.
I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it, syrup hands.
It
Yeah.
means you can catch things, right?
Right.
Because your hands are sticky. Like it's opposite of butter hands, butterfingers.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was too shocked to ask.
We have follow-up questions. So
Yeah.
if it happens again, be sure to
I'll
ask.
come back with episode 2. I'll talk to the person.
Okay, thank you.
Bring them on to be the first guest.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping that we have some people on. You guys can bring it's the kitchen, right? Everyone gathers here. You can bring on whomever. I was hoping to bring on some friends of mine who work in the industry and to chat with them, and we can just chat with people and who work in sports and who like sports and words just like us. It should be fun. So just a heads up of what's to come. But Katie, what have you been watching?
Unpopular opinion here, but this is my least favorite time of the year for sports watching because it's college basketball is over, but the WNBA hasn't started yet. So it's like, what do I watch for during April and the beginning of May? So I have been watching the Phillies a little bit. And then I also was a softball player, so watching some college softball. But really just waiting for the WNBA to start in mid-May.
Nice. Yeah, I've already learned so much about the WNBA just from reading your blog. So I appreciate, like Ben said, this is an educational podcast. I'm learning so much already. What position did you play in softball?
I was a pitcher when I was little, but as I got older, I started to play first base.
Okay. Nice. Are you lefty?
No,
Okay. Just curious.
I'm just very tall, so I played the tall person positions.
Okay. Nice. I haven't watched college softball in a long time. Probably since I was in college.
Playoffs are coming up. Tune in.
Who's your team? Who do you root for?
I don't really have a team. I just like watching, the SEC is unbelievable.
Always has been.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's not even fair, honestly.
no.
Yeah.
That's the real conference realignment. SEC softball.
Noted for all our seam heads out there. Speaking of seam heads, Jacob, your Mariners are tearing it up. The Mariners and the Mets, honestly.
So
No one
good.
saw them coming, but yeah, what's going
good.
on?
Yeah, I mean, Jorge Polanco is just having an MVP season right now. Honestly, Cal Raleigh is probably the best catcher we've ever had already in his young career. But let's put it this way: if Julio starts playing as he was a couple years ago, instant contenders, no doubt. Our pitching staff is unreal. George Kirby, I think, just went on the IR here for a couple weeks, but that's all right. Give him a little rest. We're still winning without him. So yeah, man, I'm fired up. We just have we are actually looking like a solid team. One of 6 teams in the MLB above 600. So I don't remember the last time we were above 600. Especially this early in the season. We're usually like a late season surge to try to make playoffs and miss it by a half game. But crazy though, there's 6 teams above 600 and 3 of them are in the NL West.
Oh shit.
Kind of wild. The Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres. They're all just so that's going to be tough for them, I would say, because only 1 or 2 of them are going to make it, and the other one's going to have like a all-time season and miss the playoffs. But
yeah, they'll cannibalize themselves.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, the Mariners are cruising, really cruising, pumped.
That's awesome. You were so down bad.
Oh, terrible. I was about to quit on the team.
Yeah, it hasn't even started yet, and you were already depressed.
I mean, 25 years of just absolute misery. Just you get to a point. Feel like a Cleveland Browns fan at a certain point. So yeah, no, it's been fantastic watching them. Couldn't be happier. But it's early. Got like 6 months to go.
Yeah, that's the thing about baseball. It's like, oh no, my baseball team lost one of their 162 games. Like,
I know, and I
can
throw
only
it.
You're gonna be exhausted by the end of the season.
Oh yeah. I'm exhausted always watching the Mariners. It's a tiring thing to do.
I'm glad you brought up the I almost quit. Do you think you can just like give up and switch teams at any point? Like as a sports fan, is that something that you find acceptable when people are like, I switch my team?
Switching teams is brutal. If someone's like, say someone spends like decades being a sports fan and their team never even makes the playoffs and they're like, I'm just done being a fan. I get that. Switching teams, I don't know about that. Switching teams is a little lame. Unless there's like a connection, like a deep connection, like Henry's family, a lot of them from St. Louis, like they have the Cardinals deep in their family. He's a Mariners fan, but if he was like, I'm done watching the Mariners, I'm just going to be a Cardinals fan, I would kind of understand that. But no, switching teams, oof, that's...
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you could have an AL and an NL team.
Yeah,
like,
true. That's true.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess like, if you're like cousin starts playing for your rival, then it's like, okay.
Yes.
I have to cheer for you in my proxy. But if you're like, oh, the Mariners stink, I got to become a Jays fan. Now that's just hideous. Yeah. I mean, you can be a Jays fan, we'll welcome you, but you're going to be equally unhappy.
Yeah. We're kind of all Henry's aunt is basically he's like semi-related to Sam Laporta. Henry is. So we've been kind of Detroit fans, which has been kind of fun because they're good. But yeah, no, I feel you on that. If I had a relative start playing for a team, I'm all in.
Right.
And for those who don't know, want to say who Henry is?
Henry is someone else that was in Mexico, one of my best friends. And I was more talking to Sarah there, obviously.
Yeah. But he's a character, and we appreciate any fandom. Yeah, we'd love anyone's welcome, but especially him. Yeah.
He can talk about sports.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about sports, as we know. I've been watching so much baseball. I've been taking naps watching baseball, which has been really nice. Yesterday, the Reds Cardinals had a doubleheader. I watched that. That was really nice. But I've also been watching a lot of golf. Are you guys into golf, or am I just on this? Jacob shaking his head like, yes, he is into golf.
Oh, yeah.
Katie, Ben, what about you guys?
Isn't Ben on the golf team?
It's so funny. I'm like golfed out. Like I've done it too much that like I watched The last round of golf I watched was the Masters Saturday,
Okay.
and I
You didn't even watch Sunday?
Well, I bought. Pardon me. Masters Saturday was the first round of golf I had
Okay,
watched in a long time,
Okay.
and then I watched Masters Sunday. But I bought tickets to see a musical in Pittsburgh, not realizing it was on Masters Sunday. So I'm like keeping tabs on it all day, and I've always liked Rory, and so it comes back from intermission at like the playoffs, so I had to like shield my phone with the program and like look. Okay. But yeah, I know enough about golf to like, like you're learning a language and you're like, oh, I'm like passable at speaking French. That's kind of like watching golf.
Yeah, same. What musical? Which musical?
It was a very bad version of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, yeah, I've seen the signs.
Yeah, it was. It's a great show and I love it, but it was so poorly done and so disappointing. And we had bought the tickets like a month and a half in advance, my friends and I. And it was their first like exposure to it, and I was like hyping the show up. And I'm like, so good.
Oh no!
And it was not. Yeah.
I did not have you as a musical guy.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. My sister and I grew up like theater nerds.
Hell yeah!
And we're like, she was a theater kid, and I was like, that seems like fun. And then we both ended up playing sports in college, so they were both like, you're not theater kids, and we'd be like, yeah, we were. She was in Superstar, and I was like, this is a great show. It was just like, I got to see this live.
That's awesome. I'm also a big theater nerd. I danced growing up, and my brother studied theater arts in college. My dad used to review musicals for a living, and books and other stuff. But so yeah, I grew up big time into the musical theater. So I'm also a weirdo who likes both theater arts and sports.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of us out there, so I'm glad to find another
very
one.
little crossover.
Very little. Yeah.
I'm also a theater kid.
Oh.
Oh.
Entered college as a theater major, and then same thing, sports. Just I wanted to keep playing lacrosse, and I just could not do both, so I quit after sophomore year.
Wow.
We'll have to get some musical actors. And
We'll have to do like a table read or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
We'll get Miranda on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to be, are you into musicals or as they're called straight plays?
Me?
Yeah. You were.
Yeah, I definitely did some musicals growing up. I did like Wizard of Oz, and that was the main one. And then I did a bunch of like one acts and stuff in high school.
Cool.
Yeah, love it all. I took a screenwriting class this winter and I wrote a screenplay, which is cool. Yeah, that shit's fun. I like it. I love theater. I used to watch a lot of musicals growing up.
Hell yes. Oh my gosh. So Katie, are you the only one who's not into theater here? And that's okay. We'll welcome you.
I have like absolutely no musical performing any talents like that at all.
I think this is the rare case where the theater nerds bully the jock.
I know. I'm obsessed. I'm like, this is awesome.
It was funny. We when Hamilton came out on Disney Plus, my sister and I obviously knew it. And we were like, "Oh, my dad, like you gotta watch it." He's like, "No, I don't." My dad's like so pig-headed sometimes. He'll be like, "No, I can't. I won't watch it. I won't watch it." And then we got like 3 songs in. We were just watching. He's like, "Oh, this is good. This isn't bad." Okay, and he's like bobbing his head. And then the King George song comes on, and he was in. And now he's like, I want the local theater production to do Hamilton so I can be King George. I'm like, you're the most bizarre person I've ever met.
I do love Hamilton. Have you seen Hamilton, Katie? Oh.
No.
Wow.
I haven't.
Okay.
I know.
It's on Disney Plus. I definitely recommend. It
Maybe I'll watch it
has a
tonight.
bop of a soundtrack. It also has a second soundtrack called the Hamilton Mixtape, which is like they made pop and like R&B songs out of the soundtrack of the musical. So it's like Ja Rule and Ashanti do a song together. I know, classic like early 2000s vibe. So good. So check out the Hamilton Mixtape. This is like 15 years after the fact that it came out, but
we're very late to the news. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good record, and I definitely recommend it. It's produced, I think, by the Roots as well. I love the Roots. So yeah. It's good shit. Good shit, Maruki. Okay, what else? Anything else sports wise you guys want to get off your chest right now? There's lots of sports happening, so feel free to.
I got
let
the
it out.
notification that the Leafs are up 2-0. So if you don't hear from me again,
Okay, it's nice knowing you, Ben.
yeah, it was a good podcast, guys.
Yeah, it was good while it lasted.
I noticed you talk about how do you dress your hot dog? Because this has been a real topic of debate.
Great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, great question. Well, I think we should back it up a little bit and ask, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Okay.
This is to me elementary. This is absolutely a sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically that's a tough one. It's almost more of a taco to me.
Mm,
An American taco.
okay.
I think it's a separate category.
I'm in the Katie boat for sure.
Can
It's its own thing. It's just a hot dog. A hot dog is a hot dog.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be reclassified or put into any other category.
Can I ask you a follow-up question? to that?
Always. Yeah.
Answer your question with a question. If you went to like Subway and you got a sub, would you call that a sandwich?
Yes.
A hot dog is closest to a sub.
It's the dog, not the bun. I think that is the star of
You're
this.
putting meat between a long bun cut horizontally, and you're putting it with toppings.
But the meat itself isn't cylindrical. And I think like even a meatball sub is not it's not the same thing. Like a hot dog is its own thing. And I wouldn't, but you could eat a hot dog without the bun. You don't need the bun for it to be a hot dog.
See, that's a great question. If it's a sandwich, what would it be called just as a hot dog? Just a hot dog?
A wiener.
A wiener.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Oh, did you guys see R.I.P. Seymour Wiener died? You saw?
Oh, sad.
Yeah, so sad. Long time, old vet, Mets guy, big Mets fan, legend, truly in every sense of the word.
How do you name your child that?
It was a different time, I guess.
How the fuck do you name a child Seymour Wiener?
Maybe it's pronounced Weiner.
It's German.
German.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a thought.
Good point.
If you ever want a really good pastime when you're like, I have nothing to do, go look up old baseball names.
Mm.
Have you done?
Oh, there's so many good ones.
There's so many great ones.
I had another
And I'm
podcast,
blanking on.
RIP, but I used to do names of the week because baseball names are gold. There's a guy, Porter Hodge plays for the Cubs. What a name. That guy takes down steaks, takes down stouts, like you know it.
Oh yeah. Or porters.
Or porters. That's where the beer came in. Porterhouse steaks and porter beers.
Oh,
Just all day, every day. And he looks like it too. What a name.
that is a name. That is a name.
Porter
Can
Hodge.
Can I read you guys my new favorite?
Yes, please.
This one was Cannonball Titcomb. Cannonball was his nickname. Liddell and Titcomb, often referred to as by his nickname Cannonball Titcomb, played for 4 major league teams from 1886 to 1890.
Wow.
Not bad,
Legendary.
Yeah.
One of my favorite current ones is Rich Hill, because you could just call him Dick Mountain.
Mm.
And he's been in the game for so long. He's a legend. He's veteran Dick Mountain.
We should all be so lucky. Yeah.
We could all be so lucky. Only.
Okay, back to the question of how do I dress my hot dog, because this is really important. So I started off just like very basic, just ketchup. This was like, kid stuff. This is literally kid stuff. But I graduated. I'm an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
I've aged out of shots and I've aged into ketchup and mustard on my dog with some chopped onions.
Okay.
Everything, you don't need to go fancy with it. You don't need to relish it. Like, I'm relishing it enough. I'm at the ball game. That's
you
what
relish it, not on it.
I'm relishing it. I don't need it on it. Exactly. Exactly. That's just me. To each their own, except for the crazy weirdos out there who I saw the other day eating plain dogs.
Nuts.
That is not okay.
That is for hot dog eating competitions only.
He didn't even have a water with him. It was wild. It was wild.
Literally raw dogging it. Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah, we took it there. Okay, Jacob, how do you dress your dog?
Do you guys know what a Seattle dog is?
No.
So out here we do cream cheese
Whoa. I don't know
cream
how I
cheese
feel about that.
and mustard and onions and relish.
Usually you associate cream cheese with Philly.
Yeah.
Seattle dog. Put the cream cheese on it with the gotta be Dijon. I do like yellow mustard straight, but I love Dijon. And then then you do the chopped onions and the dill relish. None of that sweet bullshit because I'm not a child.
I was actually listening to a podcast where this guy went to a Mariners game, left early, went outside, got a hot dog. He's like, "This is the best hot dog I've ever had in my life." And he like searched for this hot dog forever. It was like he couldn't remember what he put on it. And he went back to Seattle. He's like, "Where can I find this?" And he just read the menu, and it was just the Seattle dog.
Yep.
Obviously, no one puts
Let's go.
cream cheese on a hot dog. Yeah.
Also, chili dog. Throw some chili on your hot dog is just.
Yeah, but then it becomes a chili dog. It's not a hot dog anymore.
What I do is just a Seattle dog. It's not a hot dog.
Oh, good point. Ah, you got me there. Turns to cold dog, a cold, foggy, rainy dog, I guess. It's not hot anymore if it's a Seattle dog. Good
Got
point.
a wet bun.
Yeah.
Super wet. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. All right, Katie. How do you dress your dog?
All right. So I have some, I don't want to call it hot dog trauma, but so I lived in Spain for a year and I lived with a host family. And one of their go-to meals was they like boiled hot dogs, served them without a bun with a side of mashed potatoes.
Mm.
And this was like a weekly meal. And ever since then, I have not been able to eat hot dogs.
Okay. Very fair. Were the mashed potatoes good at least?
No, they were like the boxed instant mashed potatoes that you pour some water in. So
That is tough.
yeah,
Where in Spain did you live? I also lived in Spain for a bit.
in Madrid.
Okay. The big city.
Yeah.
She's a city girl. That's awesome. Oh man, I guess I would have trauma from that as well.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Haven't been able to stomach a hot dog since then.
Very fair. Very fair. All right, Ben, what do you got?
I'm embarrassed to say. I just go straight ketchup.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's because you're still a child.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 21.
Oh
Yeah.
I got some time, but I don't know. I just that's what works. You know, I feel like it just gets too much.
I think you need to branch out a little bit, but I'm not gonna rush you. You're just hitting puberty. It's fine.
We can do. Oh no!
Oh no,
Did you
Katie's
see
showing
that?
us a photo of said dogs and taters.
Every Monday night, that was dinner.
Oh
Ooh.
That is psychotic.
That's
Ugh.
mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Can you show
instant-
me? Can you show me again?
Yeah.
It looks just like oatmeal or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it looked like what Oliver Twist wanted a second bowl of.
Oh, let's find it again.
That is brutal.
Yeah,
Were
it was-
you the only exchange student?
No, there were 4 of us.
Okay, so misery loves company, I guess.
Can you see
Oh,
that?
they were just trying to make money off you guys.
Oh, there
and
it goes.
Oh,
in the cheapest meal possible for sure.
See that?
were they
Definitely.
soupy potatoes?
What was the question?
Were they like tell me about like the viscosity of the potatoes? Like were they soupy? Were they?
Viscosity.
No,
They were very soupy.
they were soupy. Okay, so
That's tough. Were they this is Spanish family?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
we should do
Very-
an
they-
episode where I branch out with hot dogs and Katie has exposure therapy with hot dogs, and then we can.
Yes. And then Jacob
get
and I just point and laugh because we're the elders, and we've already been
We'll have a-
exposed.
Katie and I will have a trash can on the side in case we get fire.
Just cultured. You're an uncultured swine, Ben.
That's
You're
right.
just on your dog.
It'll be one of those.
Okay, just to round this out, is it the same on your burger? Just
Me?
ketchup?
No,
Okay.
burger. I'll go a little bit more. I'll do garlic aioli. I will do ketchup.
All of a sudden, he's got culture.
Yeah, I'll do garlic. I still won't do mustard. Sorry, really loud car was outside. I'll do garlic aioli, ketchup, thick cut bacon if I can, shredded lettuce, Swiss cheese, and Doritos. Plain
Okay.
red
There's the
Doritos.
children. There's the child. We found him. We found him.
Garlic aioli and
I'll
Doritos.
tell you what. I'll tell you what. You want lettuce to like give it crunch, but it's really just there for texture. Like it's
Pickles.
Doritos, maybe pickles.
Crunch.
Doritos add a nice texture, they add a nice crunch. There's a bit more cheese in there, and
Cheese.
well, yeah, there's more cheese than there was before. Like,
Cheese.
you don't lose any cheese, right? I implore you on your next burger to go get like a bag of not Cool Ranch, not sweet chili, none of this woke nonsense Doritos. Regular plain red Doritos. Put it on your burger, and it's great.
No, I'll support you. I've had Doritos on sandwiches and burgers, and it is tasty. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Thank
Yeah, I was too when I was like 16.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I
I'm
get
just gonna
nice
be
too. I map it out so it's like the vertices of the triangle like meet in the middle, and then you put the ketchup on top.
It's
a good burger.
science.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for no surprise a while since I was a child.
Yeah. And you still are, but that's okay. I think I'm just gonna be ageist this whole podcast. Like that
should be your thing.
yeah, cool. Just dunking on the youngins.
Yeah.
How's the elder statesman? I think just to close this out, I think burgers can be dressed in so many different ways that it's different than a hot dog. Like, yes, a hot dog can be dressed in so many different ways, but there's a limit to what's acceptable. Cream cheese is a little crazy, but it's acceptable.
Try it.
I'll try anything once. I always say that. I will
Jalapenos
try.
too.
I
How
can't
about
do spicy.
cream cheese on a burger?
Amazing.
Yeah,
Give it a go.
good to know.
Wow.
How do you guys feel about like what type of burger you like? I'm a smash burger person these days. Just like love a smash burger.
Yeah, they've always seemed like stunt foodie to me.
Mm.
It's like they gentrified the smash burger, and
You guys on a burger?
you'd go on TikTok and it was like, this place does a smash burger. It's not.
I will agree with you that I hate when you go to get a smash burger. Some places here in town, it's like smash burger, which is essentially a nice McDonald's burger, and then they charge like $16, and you're like, get fucked. This is ridiculous. Yeah.
I like it thin. Like you have to be able to eat the burger, right?
Totally.
Yeah,
totally agree.
There's a good smash burger place. I don't know if in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you guys have been called Moonlit Burgers by Duquesne University, by where the Penguins play, by PPG. It's like a block up from PPG. Really good. And they also do boozy milkshakes.
Ooh.
So I had like a Bailey's chocolate milkshake with a smash burger. Yeah. No, not like a tequila chocolate milkshake.
Tequila chocolate milkshake. I was like,
Oh my God. It's called Moonlit Burgers.
That sounds fantastic.
So good. So good. So I've done that. I can't talk today. Stuttering out the wazoo, but I also just love a good mushroom and Swiss.
Me too.
A classic.
Bacon blue.
I don't do bacon. I'm a good Jew.
Whatever. Even eat
Yeah.
pickles.
Yeah, that's the barometer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't do pork?
I don't eat pork at all now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I ate pork back-to-back nights this week.
Well, like I love turkey bacon.
Uh-huh.
And I eat a cheeseburger isn't kosher. Like I love, lobster and shrimp, and like that's not kosher either. So it's like I'm not actually kosher, but I went to a private Jewish elementary school, and so we didn't eat pork, and I just haven't. You know what I mean? Like and then it's not that good for you. So it's just like easy to get out.
I eat pork chop once a week.
Good, clean living.
Yeah, clean living. Yep.
Wrapped pork chops once a
No,
week.
God, that sounds amazing.
It does smell good. I do get super jealous, like because it's also on most breakfast food. So like, kind of a bummer when I go out to breakfast and they don't have like a turkey sausage or turkey bacon alternative because I mean I want it and it like I know it's gonna make me sick.
Are they only all beef hot dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah. I have to check, like I can't even eat a lot of meatballs sometimes and like certain things, or even clam chowder a lot of the time has bacon in the base, which is a bummer, or like bacon bits on a lot of seafood, like on breadcrumbs or like mac and cheese and stuff like that. So I miss out on a lot of good stuff. It is a bummer, but it's the price I pay for, being a good Jew.
No barbecue spots for you.
Brisket. I love a good beef brisket.
Okay.
Brisket is like what I get at barbecue places for sure. And mac and cheese. Like, come on.
You ever put ketchup on your mac and cheese?
Oh,
no, it sounds like that's a Canadian thing to do because my mom does that. My mom loves ketchup on her eggs and like ketchup with mayo mixed on her eggs. Like it's
a ketchup aioli.
I'll do ketchup on what I call like bad mac and cheese, like the boxed mac and cheese or like dining hall mac and cheese. And people look at me silly.
I bet because you're a child.
I'm still a child, yeah. And I'll fight for that. I think on bad mac and cheese is fun.
Katie, what's on your burger?
So avocado, I think, is the best burger topping.
Ooh, underrated.
Yeah, avocado, lettuce, tomato, peas. That's it.
What kind of cheese?
Usually American. Cheddar.
Dude, American melts the best. That's just a fact.
I like cheddar. Cheddar makes it better. That's what they say.
Did you come up with that?
Yes.
Yes.
I did. I've been saying it for years. Also, butter. Butter makes it better. That's a good one.
Do you put butter on your burger?
No, but butter makes everything better.
Yeah.
Butter on the bun, like toasted
butter
bun.
on a pork chop.
I wouldn't know.
You gotta get the pork infused butter. Just double down.
That sounds like a heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's something you'd see in like a West Virginia diner.
Yeah.
Pork fat butter.
Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
West Virginia, wild and wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, good stuff. All right, I think we'll end it here. Just talking about burgers and dogs. Now I'm really hungry. That was awesome. I'm gonna eat dinner now.
I'm gonna go scream at some 7th and 8th graders. It's gonna be great.
Okay, yeah, I think that was the last episode before we started recording. You were talking about your lax bro coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what's your go-to like yell? What do you say the most? Like, what's your catchphrase?
There's lacrosse terms that you wouldn't even understand.
Hit me with it. I want to learn.
Always so you have like a metal, the stick is metal, and then the head, like where you catch the ball, is plastic. And so I always am telling them hand on the plastic because you get better control trying to catch the ball.
Okay. Hand on the plastic. Hand on the plastic.
Hand on the fucking plastic. Yeah, no, that's pretty much, or just like run faster because these kids are just lazy. But
kids these days.
Kids these days. No,
am I right, Ben?
Yeah, we just putting ketchup on mac and cheese.
Yeah, kids these days.
Basically raw dog and hot dogs at the worst.
Yeah. No, it's good.
What's for dinner? Katie, what are you having? Oh, dogs are there. Did you already have dinner?
I did have dinner. I went breakfast for dinner, so I had a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Ooh, yumala. On what?
So I did on naan bread because I had some left over in the cabinet.
What's up, sports fan?
This is my assistant coach. He's picking me up for practice.
Yeah,
nice.
Drive.
Hands on the plastic. Hands on the plastic.
They asked me what's my favorite thing to yell at the kids. I said hand on
Hand on the
plastic.
plastic guy. That's a good one.
Hell yeah. That guy has wicked good facial hair.
Really? You think so?
Well, from
Fuck.
this angle, it just looks pretty gnarly. Like, you know.
Gnarly is way more.
Way
good.
more accurate.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna log off.
All right. Peace out, Cub Scout.
All right, later. Eagle Scout. Thank you very much.
Oh, Eagle Scout. Good for
that's
you.
another
Gay
podcast.
boy.
Wild times. Okay. You had naan bread
Yeah.
on your bacon, egg, and cheese. Never had that before. Well, I've had egg and cheese, just not on naan bread. That's innovation.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do it again, but
Okay.
it worked.
Gotta use what you gotta use. All right, Ben, what's for dinner over there?
I don't know. It has all the makings of a DoorDash night, but it's pouring rain outside, and I don't know if I want to make the person drive to me. I don't know if that's like a move.
You could just tip them well.
I could, right? Could. Maybe it's taco. Maybe it's Taco Thursday.
Ooh, I like that. I'm always down. As a New Mexican desert child myself, I'm always down for tacos every night. I could live off Mexican food. But yeah, I'm gonna have some chicken. I don't know, chicken thigh. My boyfriend cooks, so I don't really know exactly what's for dinner, but I'm gonna eat it and it's gonna be tasty. And I'm sure there's butter involved.
Will there be sides?
Yeah, it's always like a starch and a veggie. So I'm guessing couscous because that's what we have, and I'm obsessed. It's pearled couscous, which is so good. And then some sort of mixed veggie, like green beans or peas or something like that.
So it's not just going to be a Tupperware full of hot dogs and instant mashed potatoes.
No, I would not wish
That's
that
just-
on my worst enemy. Actually, I would. That'd be good. That'd be good to give to your worst
I
enemy.
think people are too kind saying that. I would wish
Yeah.
many things on my
Yeah, no, I would wish that on my worst enemy.
I definitely would.
Okay, to close this out, what is one thing that you'll be watching this weekend?
I'll be watching the NHL playoffs.
Yeah. Checks out.
And I'll be hating myself for looking at the Blue Jays score.
They're actually not that bad. They're just in a bad division. I mean, a good division. They're bad in a good division.
Until they prove to me that like they're good and that they're not horrible at their jobs, I will continue looking upon them cynically. That's my. I'm too. I think I'm too smart in my own head to believe in them because they've given me no reason to.
Yeah, better have low expectations.
Yeah,
makes for a better reality, anyways.
Prove me wrong, and I will happily retract publicly.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Katie, what about you? Just more Phillies and just waiting till May, or I guess it is May technically.
Phillies, and then the WNBA preseason games start this weekend. So.
Oh, you're a preseason watcher. Wow.
Yep.
Die hard.
Die hard. Yeah, I don't even watch spring training games. Like that's hardcore.
Who's your team?
I don't really have a team. There isn't a team in Philly, and I feel like with women's sports, I've kind of had to root for like the whole thing collectively. So I don't really have a team, but yeah.
All
I
right.
think there'll be a PWHL team there in a couple of years. We can get you into hockey.
In Philly?
Yeah.
They're growing. Hopefully.
Could be cool. All right, folks. Well, until next time, this has been Kitchen Sink Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah. Jacob already left us, but that's Katie and Ben. We're so happy to have you. Thank you for joining. In the meantime, while you're waiting for the next episode to come out, go check us out on kitchensinksports.com. We have blogs and photos of kitchen sinks on there. So follow us on Instagram as well. And yeah, cheers, everyone. This was great.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.